military jet.
And it broke. Regulators, mount up. This here is a regulator wall clock. You may recognize this from such places as your grandma's house. It's kind of an industry standard. They've been making these for years. And you could probably still go out to a country type store and buy one today, brand new. This one came to me for free 5 or 6 years ago. I think somebody throwing out some old stuff, and it worked, so I grabbed it. I cleaned it all up, polished it, had it out at my flea market table for about 2 seasons. I might have had $10 or $20 listed on it, and I don't think I got one ask about it, or nobody even looked at it. So I brought it back down here into the basement, and it's just been collecting dust for a couple years. And I think the reason that it wasn't selling was it's just dated looking. I wanted to try to do something different with it, to try to get rid of this 80s oak. This kind of oak just reminds me of the 1980s. I could see this in a living room with a teal couch and the big clunky wooden oak end tables and coffee table. Or I could see this in a kitchen, a 1980s kitchen with the country cabinets and the blue hand towels with the white ducks on them. You know what I'm talking about. So I think the reason that it wasn't selling was because it's just boring. Kind of like my videos. But I wanted to do something with it, spice it up in some way. Maybe do something with the face, do something with the wood here. Yeah, I want to do something with it so that it's a little more sellable, and maybe I can get a couple more bucks for it too in the end. So let's start taking it apart, and then we'll see what we can do. Take the pendulum out. Oh, it doesn't have a screw. Okay, that's out. Pull these staples. Looks like this face was glued on. I don't know if that was somebody else's repair. It looks like there's supposed to be 2 screws that would come through to hold this in place, but there's not even any holes here for that. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, like 4 brad nails holding it in. Five brad nails holding it in, but just on this side. See about getting this glass out of here. It looks like it might be hot glued in there. Try to do some light heat around here. Appears to be a silicone, like caulking, not hot glue. So that's not really doing anything to take it out. And I suppose I could work with it in there, but I really wanted to get rid of it. I wonder if I can get a razor blade in here and separate it. And it broke. Alright, who saw that coming? Alright, that 1980s oak color is gone. I was able to use some stripper to get all the old varnished polyurethane off. Some afterwash to clean all the stripper off, and some steel wool to clean it up. And I used some black stain. And that was one coat, and I kind of like it. It's got a driftwoody look. I wanted to give some more dimension to the face here, so I painted the inside with some black. I got some satin polyurethane, and I think that'll look really nice on this. So I'm going to get that on there, and then I can move on to reassembly. So the satin clear coat really gave me the look I was going for. I like that. Before I do reassembly, I want to do something with this clock face. See if I can get it out of here. I think you just kind of get it out like that. Make it easier for cleaning too. Some tabs that hold it. Nice, now I can clean that up in the sink. Alright, how do you think that this comes out? It's just cardboard. Assuming that the clock assuming that unscrews. Just unscrewed from the top there. Alright, I think that that's glued in. I was thinking of trying to take it out, but I don't think I need to. I'm going to put a new face on it. I just kind of need my measurements. Alright, I'm going to see if I can print something up to cover that. It's a little stained here anyway, so I think that'd be the best. Get a new face on it, something updated, a little more modern. Something sans serif, I think. But I'm going to clean this up. Maybe I'll put the glass in here. Okay, on reassembly I want to start with putting the glass back in. And if you remember, I busted that. It's a hot mess anyway. And you know what? I wanted this to look more modern. And this writing and the pinstriping just kind of says old-fashioned to me. So I got a scrap piece of museum glass here, and cool thing about museum glass, it's UV protective, but it also doesn't allow glare, so it almost looks like you could reach through it like there's not even any glass there. So I think that'll be a good choice. I got it to my width. I just have to cut this little chevron down here. So I think maybe I'll use my old one as a template. And I got a hand glass cutter here and a ruler to keep my straight edge. And basically what you want to do is just make a score line with it. This little wheel on here will chip out the glass. This is kind of a dull blade too. Really probably wearing some gloves when I'm doing this. Once you get it scored, it should be pretty easy to break. Just like that. There we go. Just got to do some cleanup to it and I can get it in there. Alright, so that's clean enough for now. I'll do a final cleanup once it's all assembled, but this is museum glass, and museum glass is basically one-sided. So one side would face your art or your picture, the other side would face out. The way to find out, you can't really tell by looking at it, is take a razor blade, maybe up in the corner where you really can't see it, make a little scratch, and you can hear it. Hear that? If I go to this side, this is that side that faces out, I get nothing. But this side, back side, so this is the side that is going to face in. This outer side will reflect glare for you. And UV, but that shouldn't be a problem. So, fits perfect for me. I'm going to use some hot glue here to go around the edge and make it stay in there. Alright, got my hot snot warmed up. Just going to kind of put a bead around the inside here to hold the glass in. So I designed up a new face in Illustrator, printed it up on some heavy stock, laminated it so it'll be good for a while. It actually seems a little more sturdy than this one. I even put the text on there, Regulator, Verichron, Quartz, Westminster, Chime. Let's see if I can try to get this one out though. It looks like you can almost see the impression of a square piece of glue around here, so see if I can get that to break free. I'll cut my hands open. Yeah, that glue was never going to release. Do it the old-fashioned way. Alright, if I know my 3M products, I'm pretty sure that that was ATG tape. Make sure this is going to fit in there pretty good. And it is. My tabs will line up. Nice. Well, they had a square here in the center, which I think is good. I'm going to go around the outside. ATG tape is so freaking cool. It's like a double-sided tape, and it comes out of this dispenser. No fuss, no muss. Yeah, I can almost make like a perfect circle. Do one here on the inside too. Alright. I think that'll do. Looks pretty good. Just trying to tuck my cut edge here a little bit. Oh wow, that looks way better. Nice. That looks pretty decent. So I cleaned the face up in the sink. It's got a couple scuffs on it and just a really weird feeling on the face overall. I have one of these headlight renewal systems things. This one I got at Harbor Freight for like 15 bucks. Works great if you have yellow headlights. Check that out. That'll help you out. And then after you're done de-yellowing your headlights, give them a little clear coat. You know. So this thing, yeah, the scuffs are pretty bad, so I'm not going to go with the lowest. What do we got here? These two are 800, 500, 500. I don't think I need to go that low. I think this will be good. I'll start here with this one. A little water. I'm actually going to use some Sprayway to lube it. Do this down on the floor so I don't make a mess all over my bench. There's a little scratch here too that I was wondering if I could get out. I think I'm going to have to go with a lower grit. Let's see what we got here. 800, 800. That 800 feels like it might get it. Let's try it. I'll switch back over to this later one. Unless there's something lighter than 800. What's it say? 800. This must be the 3000. That's looking much better. Now I gotta get all the swirls out. That's where this stuff comes in. Give you this polishing compound. Comes out quick. I'm just going to spread it on so I don't make a huge mess. Too bad. I think another round of that. Alright, after the second round, it looks better than it did the first. For round 3, what do you think? We get it wet too. Need more lube. I need white speckles all over my jeans right now. Well, that looks way better. I mean, it's not perfect, but it's Harbor Freight perfect. Alright, I'm ready to put this thing back together. Already got the clock face bezel on there. I'm going to put on the front glass portion now. I think I want to use some ATG tape just to keep it in place. Get it to dispense. There it goes. That sits right there. Perfect. It gets screwed in from the back here. Little red comes through again. Alright, next up is this back plate here. Let's see how I can attach that. Something easy. I feel like it needs to go this way. I think right about there is good. That's all assembled. That was pretty quick. See if I can do something about this pendulum here. It's all straight, just needs to be kind of cleaned up. Use some APC. They say time is the enemy, it's no friend to me. And that is true if you think about it. I really like the way that this one came out. I don't think I'm going to bring it back out to the flea market. We have all black appliances in our kitchen, and I think that this would fit in really well. Although I don't know if the Westminster chime going off every hour is going to drive me insane. I like that the yellow oak look of the 80s is gone, and the old western look is gone, but it's still got an antique feel, but like a modern aesthetic with the face and the coloring. So yeah, I'm really happy with that. I think it looks 1,000 times better. So I want to thank you for joining me. Give me a thumbs up for filming it for you. We'll talk again soon.